Okay, we're live. I guess a bit of context. Apparently, there's a duck. I don't know where.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Spill
Anyways.
all of my pencils everywhere.
Oh man!
Like a true teacher.
Hell
Raptor
yeah.
in my kitchen!
Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to another session of Mistwalker Spectrum of Eternity. I am your humble DM, Lily, and we're going to be going ahead and going into some round-the-table introductions, so let's get ourselves kicked off with Yulia, please.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Yulia. I go by RoyalKnightVT on a bunch of different socials. I am an elven princess knight, and I am currently streaming Final Fantasy Tactics. I do a lot of RPGs and play Dungeons and Dragons with these wonderful individuals. But tonight I am playing our local cleric, Kloven, and just really excited to be gaming with y'all tonight, so yippee!
Yippee indeed. Thank you very much, Yulia. Next we have Meris.
Yippee, that's me. I'm Meris. I am a Celestial Dragon VTuber. I specialize in storytelling streams where we talk about all things books and literature. And I also run my own D&D campaign called The Trial of Hearts. It's an ode to all things romantic fantasy. So if you like drama and intrigue and a healthy dose of romantic shenanigans, definitely check that out. But while I'm here, I play the Sewer King. The one, the only, Chimera guy. Don't worry about it. Yeah, happy to be playing Mistwalkers again.
Thank you. Next up we've got Sif.
It's me. I'm sif_VTuber. I'm a living suit of armor. I do art. I play games. I'm currently drafting some animations for my YouTube channel to actually do content. And I also run Curse of Strahd, which VODs should be up. I need to finish them up, but they'll be caught up soon. And we'll be back to playing Curse of Strahd soon. And I can torment my little gays. Yippee! I'm glad to be back as Tate, dirty farm man. That's all I got.
Dirty farm man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
State your name, race, and occupation.
Dirt. Dirt.
I eat dirt. Anyways, now that I'm done, Aster, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Aster. You can find me at ArchmagesTower on various social media. I'm an aspiring voice actor who... Oh god, I've lost the plot. I'm an evil wizard VTuber, I'm an aspiring voice actor, and I kind of just roll with the punches and do whatever I feel like doing, so... Hi, I play Thaddeus. I'm an artificer. He doesn't blow things up. He has a gun. He's gay. He's funny. We like him. Anyways.
We do have quite a few gay people here.
Just a few.
And I suppose as an introduction for myself, I'm your humble DM. I am also an aspiring artist that draws a lot of D&D stuff, including a few things that you will see tonight, most likely. We'll kind of see where that goes. But otherwise, I play a lot of D&D with some of these lovely folks, and am excited to be running another session. So with that, go ahead and jump into a brief session recap, which should be pretty short, as we had a shorter session last time. Likely will be probably a slightly shorter session this time, but we'll see where we go. So to start off last session, the gang was more formally introduced into the underground, and specifically to their host-like vibe, Quinn, who is a lovely little non-binny guard, etc. in the underground, known as New Dashek. They walked for a while, walked and talked about the ongoings and sort of history of the place, as well as anything that they know about the vine beast that seems to be up above them. before they entered into the main sort of commerce area of New Dashek. While there, they had a few minor interactions. One with an older woman named Marion, who was painting a mural of a kind being that was identified to be one of Antai's siblings, known as Venus. Marion proceeded to sort of ask Antai if they would be willing to stay, help out, which, while Antai struggled to process that, eventually agreed and allowed Yana to take control for the time being. Party then left to go indulge in a local tradition, which is essentially masks. They found out that the locals all have ceremonial masks of sorts that have a small cultural meaning to them that they wear for different cultural dances, as well as a more functional use to them in helping to disguise, at least in some way, from the monster above. Once everybody had chosen their masks, they essentially retired to the to Quinn's quarters, which was a very minimal situation. Many of the people here don't really have much in the way of clothes / fabric / comforts, living in the caverns, essentially. Much to, I think it was Thaddeus that specifically was like, "What do you mean, you damn bitch, you live like this?" to them.
Yeah, it was.
But the party talked a little bit, sort of trying to get used to everything. And Quinn opened up a little bit about his sister, who was lost to the monster above a short while ago. From there, there was a few small conversations. I think there was one between Thaddeus and Kloven, I think. I'm blanking on right now because it's not on my agenda. And one between Tate and Antai as well, to sort of just like kind of talk through how they're feeling in the given moment and make sure that they're all doing okay and feel all right in this strange situation they find themselves in. From there, SK proceeded to try and get in touch with the local wildlife, i.e. the rats, to some potential success. We'll get to that. And Thaddeus drifted off into what seemed to be a nice and pleasant dream, where he found himself talking to Jillian back at home, but was quickly interrupted by a horrifying nightmare. I put in quotation marks, because as he later found out, this was not a dream, and he found himself in a void, drifting through nothingness for a while before finding an assembly line of different versions of Adamar, all scarred and bruised and battered in different ages, etc. They talked for a little while about what happened, and Thaddeus promised to do his best to solve whatever the fuck is going on. Thaddeus gave Adamar one last drink, or he found himself snapping back to reality and waking up in a bit of a panic. So with that, Thaddeus, as you wake up, one little detail I'm going to grace you with is there is a few, by that I mean like 10 or so rats actually kind of around your feet, doing their best to make like a soft little blanket. And as you kind of look around, you see SK is currently huddled with a full blanket of rats in the background as well.
Oh.
Rat blanket.
Rat blanket.
Rank it.
But yes,
Rank it.
that is how you find yourself waking up after this experience.
I also assume, since he was since Thaddeus was sleeping next to Kloven, that he would have felt him jostle a bit.
Sure.
So Kloven's probably already going to be up if Thaddeus wakes up.
Yeah.
Oh. You're awake.
Okay. You were mumbling something. Did you have a bad dream?
I don't think it was a dream. My God.
Sweating a bit. Here, and he'll pull out a little handkerchief for you and dab it over your forehead.
You brought that with you?
Not many places you don't need one, right? It's very useful.
You've always been the gentleman of the two of us.
I try to be. He helps him sit up and notices the rats and will kind of like shiver. Oh, you have some friends.
Animals, a lot of them, respond favorably, I guess you could say, to stress. They can tell when even beings that aren't of their same ilk aren't doing too hot. Dogs do it, rats do it. It's sort of a familial sense, I think. And, sorry I brought them over. It was...
No, I mean,
couldn't control it.
you hardly need to apologize for something like that. But, if they're here to help, then, I'm grateful for that.
I'm sorry I woke you up.
Oh, no, it's alright. Did you need to talk about it?
You'd think I was crazy if I told you what I saw.
Given our current circumstance, I think being a little crazy is part of the normal here.
Right. Here goes, then. I can at least trust you with this. I'll tell the others when they're awake, but... Do you remember what happened when the child got to us? Got to me, specifically.
When you vanished?
Yeah. The void. Whatever it was I was in. I was there again. But I definitely wasn't alone this time.
Well, who was with you then? Was it him? The child?
Wasn't the child, and definitely wasn't Thalafir. Thankfully, I don't think they're quite aware of what's in their back alley as well as we might assume them to be. It was Adamar.
What? Adamar?
But-
What?
Not our Adamar. There's more of them I can count in the moment. And none of them... No, well, most of them didn't look too great.
Let's see. A different time then.
Maybe it's something like the version of myself that I saw on the other side of the mirror. But there were so many. I know what Mai told us, but how many times have we lost, really?
little bleak to think about, don't you think?
It's even more bleak to see. Let me tell you. I talked to one of them. Woke him up.
That must have been difficult to see.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Thaddeus. I'm not sure why you're seeing these visions now.
Maybe if I had to think about it. Maybe because I slipped out of time once. I might not be quite as retethered as we expected. I mean, that thing is just a child, right? How good can a child be at putting things back in their place?
I didn't quite think like that, but now that you mention it, it makes a bit of sense.
My brain's been working overtime about that whole situation since it happened. I don't have a concrete explanation. I don't know what happened, why I'm back, or how last night changed a lot about how I'm thinking about this. If that wasn't a one-time thing, I might be on more of a clock than I expected.
But you don't feel any different, do you? Any changes, or?
No, not physically. Kloven,
Yes.
I won't go into too many details, but I hope I never have to give any of you your last drink again.
I'm sure Kloven of the past has said this many times, but I'll be the one to say it again too. That this time will be different.
It has to be.
It will be. We can't allow this to continue.
You're right.
But if those visions happen again, you'll let me know, won't you?
You'll be the first one I tell. After all, it seems like I can't even have a moment of whatever this is without making you worried about me.
You mentioned how much you rely on me, and so I try to uphold that.
Kloven,
Hmm.
can I show you something?
Of course. What is it?
Thaddeus is gonna reach under the vest he has and pull out a little haphazardly welded locket that actually takes a bit of effort to click open. It's not... It wasn't given the most practical latch when it was made for him. I keep this on me as a good luck charm. I used to take it along as a superstition when I would go out around the stocks and see what I could salvage. It's one of the few things I have left from when Jillian was with us. And it's a pain in the ass to get open, but there we go. He's gonna click it open, and inside is a meticulously folded scrap of paper that's been yellowed from years of age. And he's going to unfold it very delicately, revealing a rather rudimentary drawing of himself, Kloven, Tate, and someone that Tate Jillian, and someone that is shoddily drawn under what is either the floor or the ground. It's hard to tell when a child's drawing, but it's very clearly SK. I drew this a long time ago. Back when things were normal and everyone was still in town.
You still have it with you after all this time?
It's a reminder of the way things should be. The way things can be when the fighting's all over. When the mess gets fixed and we can all go home. Like I said, it's silly. It's a good luck charm. I remember you looming over my shoulder while I was drawing this.
I think I remember that, yeah. You've always been so talented at everything, Thaddeus.
It wasn't the art, let me tell you. My hands were shaky even back then.
Yes. But I think it's wonderful that you carry it around. It's a symbol. It's hope.
Yeah. Hope's what we're doing this for, isn't it? We're all hoping for something. Some of us are harebrained enough to run headlong into danger hoping that we find what we're hoping for.
Wonder who that could be. Whatever visions of the past that you've witnessed, they are in the past. And this group, we're going to forge a new future. And
You're right.
I honestly hope that he's hearing us right now.
Who do you mean?
Child. I hope
Well.
he tells us. Hope we become a surprise.
If that thing is anything like any of the kids I've seen in my life, they're plenty full of themselves. They've got a really narrow worldview for all the power they've been given. And if we can find it, we can take them by the blind spot. I'm not going to let what happened to Adamar, to myself, to any of you, happen ever again.
Right.
Not without a fight.
I agree. If anything, we have each other, so.
Always will. Now, don't keep consoling me. I already still feel plenty bad about the fact that I woke you up.
It's hard not to, considering how close you were, but
Yeah. You got
I'm
a
not
point.
bothered. I'm not bothered by it at all. If anything, I'm glad that we had this discussion.
So am I. I'll give a more intellectual rundown when I've had some proper sleep and processed.
Yes, just keep your new friends a little bit further down, if you don't mind.
Oh. Listen. I'm pretty sure these are more SK's friends than mine. They just look out for whoever their master looks out for.
Seems his congregation follows him wherever he goes. Delightful.
Well, the ruler's gotta be popular, right?
I suppose so. But at least try to get a little bit more sleep. I'm not sure what time it is exactly, but it still feels a little early.
It's a little after late o'clock in the morning, I'd say.
Very perceptive.
We're underground in a jungle. I can't even see the sun if I wanted to. But I know what sleep deprivation feels like, and I know there's only one way to combat it.
Right. So, try to get some sleep. We'll discuss with everyone else in the morning.
Thaddeus is going to reach out and take his hand for a moment. Could you stay with me?
Of course. I'll never leave your side.
Thank you.
Right. Then you folks will fall back asleep for a good few hours before folks start to wake up and having fully rested, begin to sort of have initial chit-chats amongst yourselves before what I assume is Thaddeus will once again take the floor to talk a bit more.
Alright, has everyone gotten their sleep? Is everyone alright? SK, did you get your morning tea or coffee or whatever you prefer?
I wish, and I like to picture he gives this big stretch and yawn, and rats just fall off of him and like skitter everywhere.
Oh, they weren't helpful.
Oh no, tremendously helpful. I had a great night's sleep. How about you, Thaddeus? I sent some your way.
Thaddeus is going to squint. He's going to look down at the gaggle of rats, attempting to discern the ones that were around his feet the night before, and fail miserably. Oh, that was a decision. Got it. I don't know anything about rats. That's actually kind of why I called everyone here. So, everyone who was with us in Kenril, so I guess everyone but Quinn, do you all remember when I blipped out of existence for a bit because of the child?
Yeah,
Unfortunately, yes, very, very vividly.
It was terrifying.
Well, last night I thought I was having a normal dream, but I ended up back there again.
Without the child's influence.
Well, I can't rule that out. There's a chance that they got me while I was sleeping, but I feel like if it was directly because of them, we would have seen some other sign of it. They aren't exactly sneaky or subtle. But whatever part of this void it was different from the last time. It wasn't me on the other end, it was Adamar. Lots and lots of Adamars.
Well, that sounds preposterous.
You'd think that until you see it. Refresh my memory. Were you there when Mai told us about what happened before?
No, I don't believe that I was.
Well, it's better to not keep you in the dark. We're not the first versions of ourselves. This isn't the first time we've tried. And given what I saw last night, I'd say the number that Mai gave us is an extreme low ball.
Oof. What are you... The first version? We're not the first What are you talking about?
I know it sounds insane. I promise you, I know just how crazy that I sound. But it's the truth. I'm not the first Thaddeus. He's not the first Tate. He's not the first Kloven. But surprisingly, there has been more than one Sewer King in the world. You're not the first Adamar. But we've all been fighting the same thing. And unfortunately, given the fact that we aren't the first iterations of ourselves, I bet you can pick up the pieces on what happened to the others.
Sorry, this is a bit much to take in, that there's... Well... a time loop?
I'm not entirely sure that's what it is. It's close, don't get me wrong, but things are different each time. The amount of you that I saw that were noticeably different from the one we have. I think time loop is oversimplifying it. I think it's a cycle, but I think the cycle changes each time. I think details get shifted, I think pieces on the board get put in different positions, so to speak.
Well, you can see he's like trying to rack his brain. It's just like, I don't think I'm smart enough to understand exactly what this means. So I'm just going to trust yours and apparently Mai's judgment.
I mean, we're still trying to figure things out ourselves. Mai hasn't been forthcoming with all the details, but all in all, I don't think any of that crap matters, unless you seem to glean something from it, Thaddeus.
Oh, it matters. Because I picked up on something last night that's consistent between the two times I've been in the Void. We can interact with them. We can see them. We can touch them. We can talk to them. The other versions of us. Or at least I can. So, on some level, even if they've lost, even if there's not anything left of their cycle, we can still reach out. We can still find out what they went through. We can get a head start. We can... If I can find a way to harness this...
You're suggesting going back. Willingly, mind you.
Well, I'm not going to rush in blindly. Adamar already made me promise not to do that. But here's the thing. There's someone we know who knows more than the rest of us. When we get out of this jungle, when we help these people, when we get the tree back up and running, when we connect it to the stocks, I'm going to need to have a long, hard talk with your sister, Kloven.
Yes,
Because the truth
she's
is...
been so good about long, hard talks before.
No.
Well, now I understand. We're playing a child's game, and frankly, I'm tired of being a piece. If they want to play unfair, then I say we even the odds.
I'm always willing to try anything new.
You'd have my back.
Tate, you were going to say something?
You know what? Tate's gonna say something, but seeing that Kloven is supportive of this, he's gonna keep his mouth shut.
Tate does the thing where he opens his mouth and puts up a finger and then closes it.
Yep.
You have a fantastic ability, Thaddeus, to make things sound so simple. We are dealing with forces and beings we do not understand. We are trying to survive day by day, helping others along the way if possible and plausible. But you speak of a concise victory, even when confronted with countless loss.
Tell me, SK. Does a proper ruler give up because of one lost campaign? Because of one lost battle? Or do they keep going? Do they keep pushing forward until they get the win they need? Because we're surviving. We've been surviving. The Stocks has made an entire community off of survival and not much else.
A wise king also knows when to retreat for the benefit of his troops.
I'm aware. Which is why I'm not going to do this all at once. It's a research project. It's something that's going to take some effort. But whatever this void is, it's something the child can tap into. But I don't think they have full control of it. And I think that it's something we can use against them that might give us the edge we need, if we can figure out how it works.
Are you...
We have a few more advantages this time around.
We do.
Are you sure this is the first time a U has had this idea?
Well, I can't be 100% certain, obviously. But I can tell you that the Adamar I saw last night was surprised to see me again.
Thaddeus, I think you recognize the morbid meaning behind that surprise, yes.
Better than you know. It's me, I'm plenty aware.
I think that, you know that I'll always support you in your intellectual endeavors. But I believe what Tate and I are trying to express is a hint of caution. We know for a fact we're not the first to try. We're not the second or the third or perhaps even the 100th. So,
What was
probability, you're not the first to consider this outcome either.
No.
If I could add to my point here, in reality, going back to what Eska was talking about, and you were talking about, when a leader knows, leader doesn't give up after loss after loss. I don't think you quite get the fact that Maz had to see this over and over again, right? I think if you go hopping and researching into this void, whatever, I don't think you should seek answers from her. I don't know if she'd be comfortable doing so. And if she already knew the outcome, right? I mean, there's a reason why she didn't talk about it with you and us in the first place, right?
I think Mai's definition of success might be a little different than yours, Thaddeus.
There's no might about it. What was the number she gave us again? How many times did she say we tried?
DM hopping in, it was over 100.
But
It
but
was
also,
vague.
hey, I remember her saying a different number when Thaddeus was in the room. A much lower number.
Wasn't it the number of times, like, someone ran away and died? Is that the number
Yep.
you're thinking of?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which, just to add in here as the DM again, it was insinuated by the Adamar in this dimension that this was one of the times that Thaddeus ran ahead.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, helpful pigeon.
What a cool, helpful pigeon.
Caca! Anyways.
But wouldn't we also want to know if that has occurred before by talking to her? You said that we want to be as cautious as possible, and if other Thaddeus have formulated this plan before, we should at least know if we're taking steps in the right direction.
If other versions of me have made this plan before, then there's a thing Jillian always told me about. I haven't gotten to put it into practice very often because most of what I've made and worked on has been reiterations on the principles she's taught me. It's something called the scientific method, and part of it is trial and error. And even if she doesn't realize it, I think Mai may have been doing this on a grand scale. And I'm not going to confront her. I'm going to ask her to help. Because the truth of the matter is, she told me there were plenty of times that I had run off and gotten myself killed. Because I'd tried to be a hero and I'd tried to do things alone. Like I said, I'm not looking into this void or whatever it is on my own. I'm going to get help. And I'm not doing this solo. Because if we're going to master something like this, it's going to take a lot more than one hothead in a lab.
Perhaps 100 hot heads in a lab.
Perhaps even more than that. But we won't know unless we try. And if there's a power that lets us reset, if there's a way for the cycle to keep going, there's gotta be a way to end it. There's gotta be a way to win.
Well, while you are investigating your recent discoveries, I do think it best to focus our efforts more on what we do know. And that is the trees. The recollecting of the eyes and setting things right. We can gather strength and allies that way as well.
You're right. Because here's the thing. I might have some big ideas. I might have my head in the clouds like I always do. But I know for a fact that the way we make those happen is by getting all of us here on the ground to put it together.
And I'm sure Jillian would help you if she was here.
Believe you me, if we could track her down, this would be a lot easier of a prospect. I fully acknowledge I might be biting off more than I can chew.
At this point, Anti, who has kind of been just sitting in the corner quietly, listening, will just sort of perk up and speak for the first time. And just say, "Inquiry. Did this Adamar mention me?"
Yeah, can you remind me if he did or not?
He did not.
Okay, I wanted to say no, but I'd forgotten, so I wanted to make sure.
A win con changes every run.
No, he didn't. He mentioned
Curious.
Kloven, Tate, myself, SK, but not you.
Curious.
I
Curious
believe that's a
indeed.
step in the right direction, then. The tree is playing a big part in this, so.
Then perhaps.
Hmm?
And this is simply conjecture. The trees are a newer development.
It might be more than just conjecture. If he didn't know who you were, then maybe it's this cycle's resident new idea. Well, that settles it. I'm plenty ready to help out this place and get another one back online.
Maybe the gods are smiling on us.
Out of curiosity, DM, is Quinn in the room as we're talking about all of this?
Quinn
How-
is.
how-
Yeah.
How are they taking all this?
Mind blown.
Quinn has not been in the room for this discussion.
Okay.
Yeah. They actually, you probably would have noticed, they were up like far beyond you, or far before you guys.
We don't have the right sense of time.
And probably, I'll just say, just for funsies, probably comes back in like sort of at the tail end of this conversation and just looks at y'all and just like, y'all are some weird folk, aren't ya?
You don't know the half of it.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I mean, no disrespect to you, I'm sure the ways of the world outside of here are much different than what we've got, but maybe I'll figure it out later. It seems a bit over my head. Did you all sleep at least adequately? I know the ground is not exactly a pleasant surface, at least until you get used to it.
It was alright,
Rats were a nice touch.
honestly.
The rat
Kloven
Looks-
shivers.
looks over to SK and sees him with just like this circle of like 60 plus rats.
God!
It's a lot of rats.
He's just smiling, very content, petting a few of them in his lap.
Many a rat.
Many rat.
Those rats have been getting into our rations quite often. And I was wondering why when I went to go check on them this morning, there didn't seem to be any damage.
Oh yes,
Right.
they've told me all about it. They found many holes in your provisionary security.
There's only so much I can do. Ugh.
What was it? What was it you told me Julius told you once? You can't spell ration without rat?
He just kind of smiles at that. But not to worry, my new friend. I have given explicit instructions that they are to leave your provisions alone and take only what they need to survive.
Well, fair enough. Well, it'll be an improvement, I'm sure. I'm sure that it's. Oh God. I suppose It's hard to tell exactly time here, but I know that we'll be meeting to discuss at least things as the guard is meeting to discuss there in a few hours. So y'all are free to do whatever you want this morning. I'm gonna be heading off to the fishing hole to try and secure some more provisions that hopefully
Fishing?
the rats won't eat myself.
You have a fishing hole? Subterranean? Is it like a cave pool?
Cave pool that goes out to the ocean, yeah?
I would very much like to see this.
Well, you're more than welcome if anyone wants to come fishing. I mean, more hands the merrier, I suppose.
I'm down. Fish are scared of me, though.
How could... You know, I ain't gonna ask. Yeah, I'd be down to join. It's been a while since I've fished, but I know a thing or two from the stocks.
Well, we don't exactly have much in the way of additional tools. Most of our tools are essentially just stalactites up there that have been sharpened to a point that we use to skewer the fishes.
Oh, like harpoons.
S- If that's the word for it. Yeah. Familiar with doing that.
Yeah, we have, I mean, you know what a port is, right? Since y'all have access to the ocean.
Port it may be in a sense, but we haven't exactly been able to properly go out into the sea, considering the mist has
Yeah,
long
well-
been covering it. Not so much anymore, though, so maybe we'll try and build a boat or something in the future.
Mhm. I'm sure Sapphire, she's kind of in charge of boats back home where we're from. Will be extra helpful in that. But yeah, we do a lot of fishing.
Quinn.
Yeah.
Well,
You all have fun with that. I believe my time is better spent gathering some more information around town.
fair enough. Then, well, I suppose those of you coming with me will be going from the fishing hole to the meeting, so,
Would you like some company, Kloven? He holds out a handful of...
You cut out there, but I know what that word was.
Rats!
And he's going to slink beside. He's just gonna slink back.
Slink.
Yeah, it's like that's quite alright. Thank you.
rat gift denied.
Gonna just stand beside Adamar and slink his hand around him instead. Like, I think we'll go investigate together.
Very well. Well, then I suppose off we pop then. Kloven and Adamar, I think you said.
Mm-hmm.
The gathering point is essentially take a left, go back to the main area, and then third cavern on the right will take you to the guards' quarters. So feel free to stop by there whenever you're done.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Right? And sort of, it's just like one extra little bit as you guys sort of like get yourself together and proceed to make your way out. Sorry, I just looked over at the Discord.
I can't look at it. I can't look at it.
Good influences.
Start to make your way out. You actually hear like a little gaggle of voices, and just like a good number of people are actually sort of waiting outside of the entrance to Quinn's cavern and are just sort of whispering to themselves. And as they see you, they proceed to essentially just start to walk up to you and just quickly just say things like, "Where are you guys gonna help? Are you our You gonna help us try and get free from this whole thing? And just basically just bombard you. Where'd you get all your clothes? Those are certainly beautiful.
Well, my friend here, Tate, his family is very good at crafts. They helped me put this coat together.
Do you have any extra dresses or something that you can make for us, or that you have for us or something?
Thaddeus is going to look over to the side with a big smirk on his face. I don't know, Kloven, do you have anything like that?
I have a few, but unfortunately not here. But when we return, most definitely will come with many gifts.
Promise all of you, when we're done doing our deeds here, we'll have a way to set up where you'll get a constant flow of clothing, supplies, whatever y'all can need.
And there's a lot
Wait,
of
you guys.
whispering and excitedness, and just says, "Suppose we'll look forward to it then." And they'll just kind of scamper off. And as they scamper off, one of the people you see, like, kind of like lurking in the distance, a younger woman, looks to be about 20 years old, wearing a longer dress that seems to be noticeably a bit more put together than the others. And as you make eye contact with her for the first time, she's just going to run off herself. She wasn't a part of that initially. It's just watching. Oh yes, I'm sure you would have also noticed that bunny ears.
Anyway,
EDM.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. But for now, everyone clears out and you make your way, and we'll go ahead and dive into the little vignettes. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Kloven and Adamar, since that's a simple thing for me to do. So I guess just Yulia, do you have what questions are you looking to ask? What are you looking to get answers on?
I think because I know that Marion is also one of the people that were here prior to everything happening.
Mm-hmm.
But if there was anyone else, or maybe if there was like maybe text that was written down, or like word of mouth of like what happened previously.
Okay.
Or if maybe talk to the guards, since he's also a guard of the stocks, to kind of get like their point of view on what creatures are out there, and more like battle intel really too.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a investigation roll. Oh no.
Love a 5. Love a 5.
Here, let me help a touch by having Adamar roll as well.
Okay.
Kloven got distracted again.
They're all naked and wearing grass skirts. Can you blame him?
No, not at all.
Honestly.
I've seen Quinn. I know what this place is like.
Okay, well, Adamar got a 19, which is a bit better.
Thanks. Just a little bit.
A bit better.
Adamar has professionalism.
But we'll just say, essentially, while kind of looking around, you sort of get the idea just very, very quickly that Marion is by far the oldest person there. And you ask if there's any sort of records. And the answer is yesn't.
Yeah, yes.
Essentially, just like someone will basically talk through just like what they'll tell you. I'll just do this like quick in a voice, get a bit more natural, and you can ask questions. Just, if, at least from what I'm told, that this whole sort of thing kind of happened very fast, and so we weren't able to really carry over much of that. I mean, that's at least what my grandfather told me. So, in regards to what happened, at least from what I'm told, all of a sudden, people just started to get taken, disappear into the mist. People said something of the likes of, well, we can't go into the mist. We certainly can't seem to stay here, so the only option was to dig. So they dug. And at least from what I know, there hasn't really been much of an incident since we've come down here. But in regards to texts, records, it's pretty simple. You know that there was some arguments amongst the Guardian and the townsfolk. Then seemed to stop. And just as the Guardian's protection vanished, a few years later it seemed to be we were in need of protection once again. It's most of what you'd find out from that. We want to also go talk to a guard?
Yeah.
Okay. The guard will basically just be like, well, I'm afraid we don't actually know very much about what's going on up there. It's... every time we go up, we try and make a bit of headway into the mist, but then someone comes down coughing, seeming like the mist entered into their lungs and all sorts of horrible things. And even on the way back, the vines start attacking. To be honest, we haven't really made much in the way of headway against anything. We haven't even had the chance to fight anything. They just seem to pick us off like insects. Horrifying, really, but... well, at least those of us here that are volunteering to be guards want some kind of progress. That's all we can really ask for.
Obviously doing a great service, and I'm sure your people are very appreciative of you, and of what you do.
I wish that were the case, but a lot of people here think that we should stop. I mean, we're losing people. Yeah, there's a good number of us now, but it's death. They just want us to stay here, but I'm not about to just sit around and do nothing. Doesn't seem right.
I like the way you think, but I agree. Well, we are at your service, and we are in the presence of someone very capable, and he kind of nudges Adamar.
Please, I'm just a simple captain of the guard.
He says simple and captain in the same sentence.
Actually, do you folks have any more, like, armor or something like that? I'm afraid we really don't have anything of the sort here.
Sure, we could spare a few pieces, and I do have something a little more celestial that could help.
That'd be fantastic. Suppose we'll be talking more later. That's at least what Gale told me.
Of course. We'll see each other again very soon.
Right. Have a good next few hours, I suppose.
Yes, thank you for the information.
We'll nod and sort of walk on post. Alright. With that, we'll go ahead and do some fishing trip.
Fish.
Fish.
Fishing.
You know what that means? Fish.
Fish.
Yeesh.
Alright, folks. So, as you all make your way down the cavern, you notice that the hill, or like the cavernous makeout seems to be sort of descending a little bit more. And as you do so, it's already quite cool in this area, but the sound of the sea breeze begins to sort of enter your ears as you feel the coolness. It gets even colder. Not to the point that it's unpleasant, but it's just got a nice ocean chill to it. And as you enter into essentially this area that opens out, what you see is essentially just a large pool of water that sort of goes out a good few hundred feet before a large sort of archway opening can be seen that goes further out into the ocean itself. And you see some mist in the distance of that area, but it does seem to be a bit more open than it was before, or than you would think it would be. With that, one other thing that I want to make sure to mention is that there's actually a small area of dirt in this cavern, seemingly home to a bunch of different small patches of vegetation and produce that they use to farm and use to provide provisions for the rest of the village. But as you enter, Quinn will just kind of turn around and says, well, this is our little fishing paddock we got going on here. You all do know how to fish, right?
Oh yes, certainly.
I can cook them.
Very good. Tate, are you feel confident in this? I believe you said that earlier, but just double checking.
Yeah. I mean, I've never chucked a stalactite at a fish before, but it can't be that different from a harpoon.
Oh, I wouldn't say it is. It's a bit heavier, a bit loftier, but much the same. And he'll kind of go ahead, and you can see that they have like a bunch of thin, seemingly sharpened stalactites over in a general area, as well as a few small nets. But overall, the nets are very scarce. Like, there's only like 2 or 3 of them for the entire area. And in this area, there's also, I would say, roughly like 15 to 20 people moving around doing fishing, doing crop tending, and all that stuff, just to keep it very lively. And so Quinn just kind of will be like, do you need a demonstration, or are you good to just kind of do your own thing from here? I don't know.
You've been such a good host. I'd have to ask for a demonstration.
Very good, very good. We'll just pick one up, sort of like give it a little toss, and take a quick look. Say, now the fish here do range in size, and I will note, it's not too uncommon to see a bit of a weird one around here. The mist does seem to have corrupted at least some sort of aquatic life, which is strange, but don't question it, I suppose.
Weird mist fish, got it.
Mist fish indeed. So if you see anything like that, they are good to eat. You just need to cook them properly. We have trial and error that quite a good bit. And you see just no shoes or anything on, just he sort of walks in. It's generally, given that it's going to need to enter the water, you're going to need to lead it a little bit. So take a bit of time, identify the fish, lead it around, and then you see him just as quick as lightning, just lob one directly into the ground. And you see that the stalactite actually buries itself into the ground underneath the water, just completely like skewering it. And he just kind of quickly yoinks it out. You can see that skewered into the stalactite is just a simple sea bass, essentially, but a pretty sizable one, because it's basically that simple. I suppose you do need a bit of strength to do it, but that's how we do it around here.
When you have quite the arm.
Thank you. I do train a lot. It's always good training to be throwing heavy things like this.
If I may, Quinn, impressive and formidable as your arm may be, I do worry that you might be wasting energy that might be better conserved for other uses.
Well, if you're such an expert, please, by all means, demonstrate for me.
Sewer King's gonna roll up his sleeves and kind of wander back over more to the shallows and get on his hands and knees, like right in the water. And he's just gonna sit there for a while with like one of his arms outstretched, like in the water. And he's just gonna be perfectly still.
Do you mind
And
if I interject something while this is
Yeah.
happening?
By all means.
And just Quinn, probably in the back, like watching this, looks over at Tate and is just like, is this the usual?
I don't know. I've never seen him, be I've never seen him be attuned to water before, but he can turn his head into a crocodile, so it's probably fine.
He can turn his head into a crocodile?
It's not the weirdest thing you can do.
What?
I mean, Quinn, everyone's got a little weird thing about him, like, when I go to sleep, I wake up sometimes with some dirt under my head, Tate, SK, crocodile head, We all got our weird quirks.
No, I'm sorry, I'm kind of caught up on this. What do you mean he can turn his head into a crocodile?
Maybe that's how he's gonna catch fish. Well, let's take a look.
SK has not moved.
Is he like perfectly still in that lizard
Yes.
way?
Yes. Freakishly still. Just in the water, not moving.
I don't mean to
But-
question his technique, but is it really is that it?
I've never seen him fish before, and
Let's keep watching.
Okay.
yeah, I kind of just want to watch.
I guess I should be patient.
But after a few agonizingly long minutes of nothing, he just whips his hand in and out of the water and hooked onto his reptilian hand. He's got his claw in the mouth of like, I don't know, I picture like, I know that we're out in the ocean, so this would be salt water, but I don't care. Like a catfish. Just like hooked onto his thumb, and he just takes it, whacks it over the rocks, and then holds it up with this big grin.
I'll get the fire started.
When it's just mouth agape, like, that was lightning fast.
Yes, you have to be perfectly still and know exactly when to strike.
Fair enough. I suppose that's another way to do it.
You blend in with the environment, and they come to you.
You've had...
Thaddeus is gonna pull out the little like, the artificer portable cannon thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna pull it out, set it to flamethrower mode, and basically just have it as a more or less a pilot light for a fire.
What? I'm sorry, I'm just a bit confused by everything that all of you are doing, it seems. What the hell is that?
Technology.
Oh. Well, I suppose that answers all my questions. We'll go over here with my stalactite and just continue to fish, as a normal person, I suppose, would.
Oh, if you catch anything, throw it over here. I'll cook it up for you.
Alright, you are. Tate, are you at least going to join me in this, or do you have your own unique way of fishing?
You invited me out here. We can fish my way when we go to the stocks down the line. As he grabs a stalactite.
Oh, you can see he just like sighs just deeply, just looking like, thank God at least one person is normal here.
Everybody out here is crazy.
periodically as they're fishing, Quinn will just hear the echoing crack of SK
SK
just
whacking something on the rock.
smacking fish against the rocks.
I want you to know I'm imagining SK smashing a fish on the rock and then chucking it over to Thaddeus to put it on the grill.
Yep.
Crack sizzle.
And Quinn, in this moment, while the two of you are fishing with the stalactites, just you keep some interesting company here, don't you?
World's an interesting place. If you think these guys are, I got out of character. We haven't seen that much of a variety of like races here in the caves, right?
No, there is basically no variety.
Besides the bunny ears.
She is very out of place, whoever that was.
Yeah, whoever they are. Well, I mean, I know there's not many different kinds of people here, but I mean, there's a lady back home with half body like us, half body like Snake. I'll let you decide which half is more interesting to you.
I suppose I do have a bit of a sheltered view on these sorts of things.
I mean, you can say that, but I don't think many people have fished with the stalactite before, since, you know, you live in a cave, and not jabbing at that. I'm just saying, you know, not everybody lives in a cave. I live on a farm, like under the sky.
You're not jabbing with the stalactite, Tate?
I'm not jabbing our kind host.
Oh, there you go. Save the jabbing for the fish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, all well and true. I suppose, given that we really haven't had much chance to have any newcomers aside from a few here and there, it's not exactly like we have much variety. It's gonna reevaluate myself in a way, make sure that I'm not judging too harshly for just not being like the rest of us down here. There's many people in the world.
You folk are plenty accepting, to be honest. Stocks is a pretty wide place. People of all sorts of thinking. It means that there are also some people that aren't exactly open to thinking. We haven't any major events, but not everyone's come for around SK, and there's a important friend back home who, despite how valued she is by the community, even she feels a little out of place with them, especially now.
It's comforting in a way. I am glad that you folks are here. Hope that we can figure this whole mess out and, well, I guess, see the rest of the world. Really no idea about anything beyond these caverns and the, you know, half a mile or so of space that we got up there.
So, once we set things up, you wouldn't just be happy going between the areas we set up. You'd want to travel with us, is what you're telling me.
You know, I don't think I've exactly thought that far ahead of things. See the world, it's got to start somewhere, whether that's your stocks. Have you been to any other places?
Out of character, the other town was Kenril?
General, yep.
Yeah.
We went to this, I mean, if you think his pilot over there is fancy, I mean, went to this really kind of advanced, kind of ruined place called Kenril. I mean, the people there are real smart, and some of the things they have are fantastic, but a society can't run alone on science, you know? You'd like Janine. I mean, if any of the group here weirds you out, I mean, you want to look at Janine and you'll realize how wide the world truly is.
True.
I look forward to it then. He throws one of the stalactites into a fish, gets it out, and just looks over at Sewer King and just says, 5 for me.
Is that a challenge, my good sir?
It's not a challenge.
Who needs a referee?
Listen, a good bit of healthy competition can only mean a positive output in terms of gathering fish for the folks.
Oh, we're gonna get plenty of fish, alright, but you might not like the outcome, Quinn.
Y'all remember, there's an environment to be maintained. Don't be a little too zealous now.
No, that's true.
If they get too carried away, you can hold them back, right, Tate?
I have a different sort of thing in mind, but go on. Don't let me hold you back.
No. What are you thinking?
I'm not exactly about quantity. I'm a quality sort of guy. It's like Tate hasn't been watching everyone else fish, and he's sort of been watching the further recesses of like, because we're in the part of the water where it wades out. I'm assuming it's like a cove and it goes out into the ocean, right, Lily?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sort of watching the silhouettes further out.
He's going for the big fish!
He wants to get something weird, and he really also is just feeling like, I'm a lot stronger than I was at the stocks, and I haven't gone fishing since. I wonder if I can actually pull something impressive, and not just of rank. So he's been like eyeing whatever a big silhouette is at the edge, and also sort of like fraying some. I mean, there's grass. He can like fray some rope together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got a stalactite ready to like harpoon and then pull back with the really shitty rope. Do I see any big stalactites out there? Can I just like not even leading his shot, just chuck the stalactite hard enough to like basically be a hit scan projectile? That's the only way you compare it. That's the shooter coming out. So.
Yeah, the hit scan stalactite. Wait until we see
high
that.
enough strength. With a high enough strength stat, any weapon is hit scan. Think about it.
Correct.
You, SK, I imagine you're mostly in like the more shallower waters, just like, because that is like the kind of style the kind of fishing that you're doing is generally in shallow water. So I imagine, at this line, you see Tate like go out towards this sort of like far edge of the cove, more out like towards the ocean, and Quinn sort of yells out to you. It just says, "You only find the big ones out there. You might want to start with something smaller."
Sorry, I've been in need of bolstering my ego as of late. And he's just gonna take the spear up and like full javelin style aim it one, pushing it, like using his left hand, holding it out to aim with the right hand cocked all the way back. And for once in a Mistwalkers campaign, can I roll die, Lily?
Yeah, you can roll die.
Would this be athletics or pure strength?
Let's say I think your athletic score is higher. Yes.
Yes, I'm proficient.
Yes.
Javelin throwing is athletics.
And then go ahead, and you can rage if you want.
Do I rage for advantage?
Rage
against the fish!
Rage
Rage
for
against the fish!
No.
Rage
Quinn wants me to be normal. I'll be normal.
Hey, that is normal.
10.
Strong.
That's a 10. Would
Okay.
not have made a difference.
So yeah, I would say a 10. You noticeably graze against one of these large fish that you see out here, but it's not a direct hit. But you know that it can be done. You can see that your strength has essentially, you can see like a little bit of blood come out of the wound that was there as the one fish just scurries away into the distance. But you can see it's sharp enough. It could be done.
I think I see what you're aiming for, Tate. If I may, I might be able to lure it in for you.
You guys are competing, right? Let me show off my own way. Just give me a bit. He's like slowly reeling in the harpoon as it's dragging against the floor.
Very well.
Now
Just
hit
wanna
it
show off,
again.
SK. Go ahead and get as many fish as you want, SK. I want to get something nice and weird to show off.
Right? Would you like to take another go at it? As you see, it's a pretty wide fish. Like, you can see it almost has like, almost, I'm making up a fish, so just bear with me. Almost like a clover, like, body shape, but it seems to be sort of like flapping the sides like they're wings as it's moving around through the area, seemingly a big target.
Lily, have you ever played like Dredge?
I have not played Dredge, no.
It is an indie like fishing game where it's got a touch of Eldritch horror to it, and as you go deeper and deeper, I'll put some fish for inspo in, but I'm kind of imagining there's something
Okay.
awful out there, and
Okay.
I want to freak Tate out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, you know what? I gave one for Quinn. I'm gonna rage on this one. I'm gonna surge on this one.
Hell yeah.
Just a quick second,
Mhm.
So I'll have advantage on this.
Yeah, go for it.
That is a 9.
Oh,
The dice do not reflect the storytelling. Holy shit.
I'll
It is
say
what it is.
this one goes through the little winged creature that you see, but it doesn't find purchase in the meat of the body. It just goes directly through. And what I'll say, I'm a generous god, is that it seems to struggle to move after taking this like sort of big chunk out of what helps it move. And so it's sort of just floundering and seemingly coming up to the surface a bit more. With your little line of rope through the wing of the fish. Even though you didn't find purchase inside of the fish, the rope is technically around it at this point.
Oh, ain't gonna be pretty. Does that mean I can like start trying to pull it in, or?
Yeah, you can start trying.
All right, I will start. If it's like a contested strength check, I am open to that.
Yeah, we'll do something like that.
All right.
Go ahead and make your roll.
That is a 20 because I'm surging. I'm surging. DM, I'm surging. That
Yes,
natural one
yes.
isn't there.
Hold on. I didn't have dice ready for this. Give me a second.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Imagine having dice in D&D.
Damn, that's crazy.
I have rocks.
I just hear the rattling of so much dice coming down.
Oh god.
Okay.
You've angered the fish god.
I just picked up I keep dice in the D20 popcorn bucket that you got for us.
Yeah, I remember.
But either way, I rolled an 11. So with that, you start to like essentially reel this fish in, and as it gets closer to you, you can see it's struggling, but you are able to get it close enough to you. If you would like to finish the job, you are free to. It is a free action, no roll needed to finish the job.
Get the
As I'm
weird
like
fish.
I'm pulling the silhouette of this thing. I'm just gonna grab the stalactite that's kind of like embedded in with a rope and just sort of like twist it. And there's like a god awful like there's a bunch there's like the sound doesn't come up right away. You just hear like Tate like cranking, and then it gives purchase, and then a large bubble comes up to the surface and pops, and then there's the cracking noise.
That's awful. As you sort of finish the job and pull this thing up, you kind of get a better look at it. I'm gonna describe this because this is probably not something that Tate knows what it looks like, but the image in my head is as such. This is essentially just like we'll say somewhere around like a nurse or tiger shark size creature with, as I said, these sort of like wide wings that kind of go up and out and about. But it has like sharp teeth at the bottom, or like in its mouth, despite having a more like ray like appearance from the top.
Oh.
Well done indeed. SK is just gonna scurry on over and investigate this weird fish. Fascinating. he is like lifting up the wings and like investigating it and going to the mouth and like lifting open the jaws and inspecting the teeth. I say, been a while since I've seen one of these.
You've seen one of these?
Well, not this exactly, but... And he sort of opens up his own mouth to show off his own rows of teeth. I've had experience.
I see. Like that.
To turn into it, he has to have seen it, so...
True. Very true. I just didn't question the teeth.
You can see
Anyways.
Quinn in the background is just shaking his head in disbelief and just like, quite the catch there, Tate.
Could have been a cleaner kill. Made it suffer a little bit. Not very proud of that.
Always unfortunate, but job's done.
Still though, as he like Tate like grabs it from the jaw and just sort of like dredges it back towards like the shore, snaps off the teeth and gives one to each of them. Little souvenir. Could tie it up and make a nice little necklace or bracelet. Might take the rest of these though. Sapphire might want to make something with them. Might want the skull, honestly. Would be a good figure piece.
She could make something good out of this.
Mm-hmm. But the teeth I gave y'all, you can just have a nice little necklace.
I'll hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thaddeus is going to... He's gonna take some of his tinkering tools out of his satchel, and he's gonna like drill a tiny hole into the top of the tooth and loop it around the necklace with the locket on it.
What about you, Quinn?
I mean, hey,
Oh.
to new friendships then. He'll hold one of the teeth up into his. Just say,
And future travels.
I do look forward to it. First, we gotta handle our own problem first.
That we do.
I imagine the time kind of passes by, unless if there's anything else you guys wanted to do on the little fishing trip, but I was gonna start to move us along.
Yeah.
You can take us anywhere you want, DM.
Right? And with that, a few hours pass by. You're able to catch a good amount of fish. Definitely more than Dashek is used to having for a given day. Everyone is very excited to have the additional help and just thanks you profusely for your assistance in helping to feed the whole village. You can see Quinn is looking at you guys very pleased and with a big smile on his face.
Oh.
But with that, we'll go ahead and move ourselves on to the next thing, which is the meeting with all of the guards.
Guards!
So, with that, I imagine Kloven and Adamar and Anti, who was helping out Marianne this morning, just a bit more, is probably... You folks are there first. Quinn leads the rest of you guys back over to there after the fishing trip is done, and you can see that there's a good few guards there, but they are still arriving, continuing to come in few by few until there's approximately 25 of them. And at this point, you see an older dwarven gentleman, approximately seeming like 40 years old, a big bushy beard and curly hair, comes in and just sort of gets a look around and just says, "All right, where's the new blood?" And quickly looks around, sees you very out of place, people, and says, Suppose I didn't have to look very hard. Pleasure to meet you. And he'll walk over. He's about 4 feet tall, and goes to shake each of your hands individually and says, "Name's Gale. Been overseeing this town for the last 10 years or so. Mind telling me your names?"
Tate.
Pleasure to meet you, Sir Gale. We've heard much about you. I am the Sewer King.
Quizzical look before nodding, accepting.
I understand.
It is a pleasure. I am Kloven.
Good to meet you. Looks over to Thaddeus.
Thaddeus, inventor, and nah, that's kind of it, really. Bartender, I guess.
We haven't had a good brew here for a long time, so things be as they are.
Remind me to treat you more down then.
Gladly. Adamar says, "Adamar, captain of the guard of the stocks. Happy to make your acquaintance." And then Gale will basically just respond to that, just being like, "Oh, captain of the guard. You're certainly going to be useful, I'm sure." And then looks over at Anti and just kind of like it fully processes exactly what Anti looks like and just says, "Oh, you're certainly not much like the rest of them." And they'll say, "Humorous. Acknowledgement. Our name is Anti, the guardian of the stocks." Their eyes shift to orange. "And we are Liana, the guardian of Kenril." Two of you in there? Shift back to red. Exactly. Affirmative. Well, hard be it for me to push away any more help, but glad to have you here. So, I suppose we'll start things from the top. I am hoping, and if what Quinn has said is true, y'all are here to try and help us get rid of whatever the hell is going on up there. Correct?
Nah, we're just here to take your food and split. Yeah, we're here to kill it.
Right to the point, I like it. Well, to give a bit of background on myself, as mentioned, I've been overseeing this town for the last 10 years or so. I'm the first elder to try and make a push out into the mists to try and take back our town. Granted, this has made me a bit unpopular with a good many of the townsfolk here. I think we should just be satisfied with living literally underground. But the people who are here, and he gestures to the rest of them, know what they signed up for. These youngins are our future, and they deserve one that's not under the tyranny of whatever plant monster is keeping us down. So, with that, I suppose I'm open to questions. We have some more information if you need it, but I'm curious what each of your skills are.
Well, I've spoken a bit to your guards earlier today and offered my assistance as not only a cleric, but to help maybe mend some armor and give some new ones as well.
Much needed service. We are able to have a more outfitted and... Well, and he turns around to the rest of the guard. No offense to yous, but we don't exactly have the best training regimen here, considering... Well, town never needed to defend itself much. Would you, and he glances over at Adamar, would you and Adamar be willing to help train the folks here? Put them
Well,
into shape?
I certainly can't speak for Adamar, but I will anyway. We would be honored to.
Very good. And you're all capable fighters. I suppose I should get that out of the way, right?
Well,
Sensibly.
SK's got more tools than just about any craftsman I know, and they're all part of him. Tate has the strongest arm in the stocks. Adamar is a tactician and sharp as attack. Kloven is, well, calling him brilliant would be an understatement. And me? Thaddeus is gonna slip the rifle around from behind his back. I throw rocks really fast.
That doesn't exactly seem as impressive as the others, if I'm being honest, Thaddeus.
He's being dramatic.
Wait till you
I'm
see how
being-
fast the rocks can fly.
I'm being funny.
Anti in the corner. Humorous. As for
I feel like-
ourselves, we are literally scientifically designed to get rid of whatever comes in our way. They hold up like essentially the reapers of arms that they have. Go ahead, Tate.
I was gonna say, actually, no, I forgot. Never mind.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay, it happens.
Well, that's a little bit settled. I suppose. And let me fill you in on a few more details. Essentially, we've been on the defensive for, well, since we ever came down here. Taken a few expeditions out into the mist. Have not been able to make any progress due to the mist. And these creatures are hard to pin down. But while defending, we have seen a few things. Finds occasionally coming down to tunnels and attempting to sneak in and grab people, hence the guards that always watch the exit. And there have been a few disturbingly and vaguely humanoid shapes that we've seen connected by the plants that have vines in the place of hands.
Am I the only one getting a bit of deja vu here?
Pardon?
Tad.
Oh, so.
Stuck in a town, a little vicinity around it, ruins nearby in the mist, oddly disturbing humanoid creatures. The biggest difference that I can see here is the whole plant-based thing.
Then you have experience fighting these sorts of things?
The mist makes plenty of weird stuff that we've had to fight and had the displeasure of coming into contact with.
And then you have experienced something just snapping onto somebody's head and yoinking them up into the sky?
Not yoinking them into the sky, but stuff nearby home you didn't want it getting onto your head or any part of your body for that matter.
Well, any form of
That's
expertise is... Any form of expertise is welcome, I'm sure.
Tate, how would you say your mastery of plant life is going?
Nowhere near as good as my sister. But I could maybe do something. If those vines come down, I don't think I can control the vines that come down after people, but I can control other things to slow them down, obstruct them, confuse them.
Well, tell you what. We are planning on heading up tomorrow for another scouting expedition. We'd be happy to have you folks along. That sound I don't think we have exactly any semblance of a plan aside from just trying to find much more of what we can up there, but any information helps. We're basically going in blind in the first place.
What is the furthest you've ever made it out to? Your most successful scouting party?
Most successful scouting party probably got out about a mile into the mist. But the mist does what the mist does, and felt it necessary to return. As well as, well, the longer we were out there, the more active Namioda was. So, did lose a few along the way.
Namioda.
There's that name again.
So, the longer you are within the forest, the more likely it is Namioda will sense you, correct?
That's what we've gathered, at least. Has Quinn told you about the masks?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we've selected our own, as a matter of fact.
Very good. I think that'll help you all stay a bit more under the radar.
Though I do have a sneaking suspicion, a hypothesis, if you will, that to truly trick the forest into thinking we belong there, we must also smell of the forest.
Uh-huh. Not gonna say no to the idea, just... Well... Actually, it has merit. The more we blend in, the more unlikely it is that we get seen.
Scent
Account-
is a lot more powerful than the eyes.
On account of the fact that I know what a shower is, I'm willing to entertain the idea. But the second you start telling me I have to start sounding like the forest...
Oh yes, we should all listen to the creatures of the forest, pick a sound and mimic it.
You know, I think if I try hard enough, I can make SK sound like crunching leaves.
I'm pretty sure I can use my bits of nature magic to cover us up in vines. Maybe we'll fit in more and make more vine noises that way.
Well, I make a lot of natural sounds, so I can fit in with them.
It was a joke.
Oh, right. Of course.
Well, let me get one thing straight here. We are open to any suggestions. The whole mist is kind of one of the biggest problems. How
Well,
we keep it out. Keep people
if
from
and
breathing it
when-
in.
If and when we find a very particular tree, we might be able to help in that regard as well.
Anti will speak up. Additional statement. We are able to filter mist around us as well. This should allow us to traverse through and further than other attempts. See, Gale just kind of looks at them, just like, what the what do you mean you can filter it? Observation. It is what we were made to do. You folks are certainly something interesting. Be good, though. It'll be good, though. Is there anything else I can give y'all background on? Any other questions before we break for the day?
No one's returned from the mist, yeah? I mean, returned from wherever the vines drag them off to, yeah?
No. We have seen some travelers come here and there. My daughter being one of them. But other than that, not much. They're certainly not from our town.
Oh, whether we like it or not, eventually we're gonna have to go back up there and deal with whatever comes up.
I know. Let's get some information on this thing, and then we'll keep at it. I'm feeling some kind of hope, actually. Y'all seem to be much more capable than I could have possibly imagined.
We've done similar things twice now already. What's a third?
And you haven't even seen us fight yet.
It's true.
And
Okay.
we've had some very fortunate friends. And our friends will be your friends once all this is through.
That would be wonderful. I can't tell you how much I want to get back to the surface and breathe the air in again.
Were
Wait, you...
a part of the surface world? Yes, my question exactly.
I was... No. It's just from the few times that I've been up there for these sorts of things.
I see.
The area folks came down in was clear of the mist.
Hey, DM.
Yeah?
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure.
Okay. It's a 17.
And you're checking specifically on the whole, like, the phrase of just, like, breathe it in again.
Yeah, Thaddeus is doing the Ace Attorney thing where you like look at one piece of the dialogue and go,
Okay. Yeah, from what you can tell, he has spent more, like, it's pretty clear that his desire to be on the surface is arguably the strongest of any of the people here. The thought of reclaiming what belonged to their family seems to be, like, very important to them. There's something else a bit more to it, but can't quite glean it with just a 17.
I mean, insight is a vibe checker. Thaddeus is just doing the press X to doubt.
Yep. All right. Anything else from you folks? Cool beans then. Kloven, or Yulia, I suppose for the next while, would you like to train the guards and work on some of that stuff that was talked about? Safe to say that that's what you're working on?
Let's
Yes.
get down to business.
That is literally what I called this section of the agenda.
Time to sweat, boys. Let's
Time
go.
to sweat, boys. So yeah, I'll say that just over the next few hours, and it's Kloven and Adamar, but if anyone else wants to be a part of this, by all means, you are free to do so.
Thaddeus would like to help with marksmanship or any sort of aim type things.
Okay, yeah. There's probably some very rudimentary weapons for, like, marksmanship, like, you know, essentially just like a little wooden, or a little, like, a little slingshot made out of rocks.
They got
Using
slings and
rocks.
shit.
Yeah, slings and shit.
They got stalactites, they got rock javelins.
Yeah, I would say rock javelins as well. There's a few folks that are strong enough to do that, Quinn being one of them. And yeah, so we can say that you guys just, like, spend the afternoon just essentially doing some quick training exercises with the rest of the guard until it gets to be the evening. You return to what is essentially your temporary home. Before it gets to be rest time, I want to open it to discussion for if anyone wants to talk about anything that's happened in the last day.
Well, we're either dealing with a very malicious god or a very angry sibling of yours, Anti.
Agreed. Though I do not wish to believe that it is my sibling, I think it is very possible.
Mundane
Could be.
note.
Mm-hmm.
Adamar, Kloven. Did you pick up on the guard captain's way of talking about the surface?
He seemed desperate, but didn't note anything strange or concerning.
He... desperate, yeah, but... to me he sounded like he knew exactly what he's looking for up there. When... well, to be honest... he doesn't look like he's around the same age as Marion.
You thinking he knows more than he's leading on?
I think he's holding out something on us, but... I don't know entirely what yet. I would just... be a little wary. We're all on the same side here, but... ulterior motives and all that. Can't ever be too careful.
Thought he was talking about, you know, because as part of the expeditions, they have to go up to the surface, right? It means they gotta breathe that air. And that air is a lot less stale than what's in here.
I mean, I agree, but... he's the only person I've met that, as he put it himself, really wants to get out of here.
Quinn's got a bit of Wanderlust too, don't forget. Might just be common for that group.
Either way... I always could just be a bit paranoid, but... well...
Thaddeus,
Healthy.
paranoid?
Yeah, a healthy dose of paranoia is, you know, probably good considering circumstances.
Listen, the last thing I want to happen is for something unexpected to get us, like this guy being in cahoots with Namiota or whatever.
They do keep mentioning that name. I'm almost curious to think, again, if it's one of Antai's siblings, or perhaps there's another factor, something that's corrupting the land.
That name doesn't mean anything to you, does it, Antai?
Correct. We are unfamiliar with this Namiota name. All of our siblings are named after plant life. Namiota does not exist as a genus or species of plant to our knowledge.
Could just be what they address your sibling as here.
Marion seems to trust Venus.
You interact with Marion the most out of all of us. Sounds good to you?
I do not trust that I, nor my siblings, are uncorruptible. We are, after all, programmed to help. But programming can be altered by those with immense power. Observation, the child has immense power.
If it's by someone else, that means it still ain't Venus. If someone made you do something that... if someone manipulated your programming, we wouldn't be blaming you now. So, let's go with the assumption that it ain't Venus for now.
We appreciate your trust. However,
And even if it is Venus's body, there's no guarantee that it's Venus's will.
affirmative. However, if we were to ever be corrupted, we would ask that you deal with us.
Nope.
I'm not even entertaining that train of thought, Anti.
Illogical. You do not wish to see what havoc could be wrought if they were to take over.
I take a bit of umbrage with your choice of words. We're not going to see that kind of havoc. You understand?
Besides, we've gotten this far being illogical.
Exactly.
Yes, positivity has led us this far, and I don't see it bringing us down at any point anytime soon.
Acknowledged. Though you may be illogical beings, one cannot argue with the results we have garnered. I have put my trust in you mortals.
We appreciate it, and considering the lack of strength they have done here, it's a good thing we did show up, so let's put on a good show for them. Show them what we're made of.
Well, I mean, if they want a good show, I can go find a table, Kloven.
God damn.
Maybe afterwards, once this is all said and done.
Right. Anything else anyone wants to talk about before heading off to sleep? All right. Then you'll have a nice dinner with Quinn. Nice big plate of fish that has been procured by the lovely folks that went fishing. Cooked as well as you possibly can without much in the way of seasonings, unfortunately.
Thaddeus misses his spice rack dearly.
Oh, yes. It is.
It's all right. Sewer King's just having sashimi. It's cool.
That's true. He doesn't care. But yes, with that, have your dinner, get to resting. And with that, we will have one more scene before we wrap up for this evening. So, getting to it in my notes. That night, as you all are resting, Sewer King,
Uh-huh.
you find yourself asleep, but dreams don't exactly come to you very often. So, this sort of dark space that you find comfort in whenever sleeping, you feel strange but clear pulse sort of reach your body and thrum all the way through it. This pulse doesn't startle you awake, but you find yourself unable to stop yourself from opening your eyes. And as you sit there, look around, trying to find the source of said pulse. And you can feel it inside of you, that it's coming from elsewhere, seemingly above ground somewhere. And as you continue to sort of look around to try and find the source of this, you can see the same young girl from before with the bunny ears waiting outside of the area. As soon as she sees that you have made eye contact with her, she skips away to the left and down the hallway, and you can hear a faint chuckle. What do you do?
I think curiosity would get the better of him. And I think this is, presumably he's moderately aware that this is a dreamscape. It's the subconscious mind is, telling him it's not real. So I think, quite frankly, I think the fact that it's, like chasing a rabbit, I think it would kind of unlock that that hunter's intuition, and he starts to go stalking down the halls after her.
Okay. As you do so, you find your way back to the central exchange area, and it's very quiet. There's nobody awake and nobody around. And you see at the very edge of it, going towards the same cavernous way that leads you back up to the surface, you can see that same girl continuing to skip forward, turning around every once in a while to make sure that you're still following. You continue to follow?
Yeah, I think you would. I think this mixture of curiosity and I think, yeah, it's getting the better of him.
All right. So you continue to stalk down this hallway, and you can every once in a while catch a glimpse of her just skipping along, continuing down that hallway to the entrance. Then once you reach the area that you found yourself going down, enter into the new Dashek area. You can see her standing there next to two guards that seem to be fast asleep. And she turns around to you and just whispers a little shh before she starts to float upwards.
Float?
Yes.
Like just woo, no strings or vines attached?
No strings or vines attached.
And the guards are definitely sleeping, right?
You can check on them, and it's very clear that they are still breathing. Use loud snoring that you can hear.
All right. I think that would be proof enough for him. I think you would try to climb in whatever way he can. Trees or ruins or structures or whatever. I think you would try to climb after her.
Yeah, so you sort of climb up this little circular stair that you found yourselves falling down just a few days ago. And as you get to the top, you find yourself out in the ruinous area of Dashek. You can see her standing there, smiling. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put some art into the art channel because our lovely friend Day was able to finish something.
No way!
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
you can see a young woman with large bunny ears sticking out of her head, a dress that is honestly way more fabric and way more intricate than what anyone else is wearing. She has digitigrade feet and has a large necklace around her neck that hangs down, necklace looking sort of like two crescent moons facing in either direction. And then And as you look at her, or her hair, I should also specify, her hair is white, her skin is white, and her pupils, or her eyes, have no pupil, no iris. It is just a white void. And she looks at you, SK, and says, I knew you would come. Smiles.
You knew?
You can feel it too.
I'm merely curious as to where you could possibly be leading me.
Curious enough to follow a rabbit up a hole?
I suppose so.
Well, you folks seem to be just so busy helping out and making sure that everything goes to plan down there. I thought, given what I think I might have an inkling about, try again. What I think I might know about you, I thought this might be of some interest.
You have me at a disadvantage, madam. If you know so much about me and I so little about you.
Well, I don't know you personally, but there's something familiar. And she'll sort of skip up to you and get kind of too close for comfort before grabbing your hand. Says, my name is Lark. And upon hearing that...
Yeah, I was about to say, is there any knee-jerk gut reaction to that name?
Oh, yes. Upon hearing that, you feel a headache come on as just this pressure inside of your head just pounds. And you feel your mother almost like forcing her way forward to the front of your brain. And as this is happening, you can see this person that introduced themselves as Lark smiles before backing away and sort of skipping a little bit forward. And as she does so, you can feel that presence from your mother very strongly. Like she's watching with great interest and worry. But she recedes a bit. And lets it play out. You know, Gail doesn't know I come up here either.
I imagine not. Seems people don't like others to be up here.
No, it's not exactly the safest place for most of the folks down there.
Have you always lived in New Dashik?
No.
You're a traveler, then? One who has settled here?
No.
Mysterious, aren't you?
Yes.
And you've led me here for some reason, some purpose.
I'm going to have to lead you a little further, but you're going to have to trust me on this one.
Difficult to trust someone I've only just met, but I will do my best.
Well, Not like we're in much danger ourselves.
You say that with such certainty for traversing around a man-eating forest.
Oh, but the forest doesn't eat us. You can see she goes and grabs a vine. One of the vines that you know have these hooks on them. And just kind of holds it for a moment and says, "Don't worry about these things. They only go after things that are alive, and well, are pretty special in that way, don't you think?"
I assure you, I'm quite living and breathing.
She walks back to you, puts her hand on your heart, and says, "In a way, you are. But deep down, in a way, you aren't."
Now see here. I enjoy riddles as much as the next person, but as you can plainly see, I breathe. My heart is beating. I'm speaking to you now. My mind is at full capacity. I am by all measures of the definition alive.
But there's something else living inside of you. And for you.
What could you possibly know about that?
I can feel her. For starters.
How?
Oh, call it a spirit's intuition.
A spirit's intuition? You mean to tell me that you are not alive?
That's correct. At least, in a prolonged state of... Maybe undeath is not the right word, but something somewhere in between.
A spirit, then?
Hmm.
My grasp on this world is ever tested, it seems.
Listen. Here's what I'll tell you. You don't have to follow me now if you're not willing. But when the expedition starts tomorrow, go to the Moonwell.
The Moonwell.
Correct.
Based off of the simplicity of your directions, I assume I will know it when I see it.
Either you will know it when you see it, because that same thrumming energy will feel closer than ever, or the people of New Dashek will know where to go. It was the spiritual center of Dashek.
Can anyone else see you?
Yes. Everyone can see me.
Awfully corporeal for a spirit, then.
And spirit isn't exactly the right word. I'm my own thing. As I mentioned, my father, Gale, he certainly knows I'm here. In existence, at least.
You're what he's looking for.
No, not necessarily. I'm just his daughter. Adoptive, albeit.
He seems awfully keen on looking for something up here. One has to wonder if he's searching for you.
Well, I spend all my days with him. So I don't see how he would be looking for me. If I did have to wager, I guess he simply wants me to feel free. See the light of the moon again.
I see. And if I follow you now,
Then I'll show you where it is.
why don't you show me now? Then I could lead the others.
Very well, I'd be happy to. And she'll go ahead and skip her way over and directly walk into the mist. A little arm pop out and gesture for you to follow.
Oh boy, I'm sure walking into the mist where I can't breathe is totally fine. I won't regret this at all. He's gonna go in, take her hand and go.
Alright? And she'll hold your hand. Just sort of guide you along the way. And as you walk, occasionally those vines do sort of pass by you. And without any other form of aggression, they simply brush off of you without a single second thought, as if you weren't even there to them. However, I will need you to make me, let's say, 3 mischecks.
Those are con checks, right?
Yep. Oh wait, no, they're wisdom. Sorry.
Wisdom.
Okay.
That's a 5, a 16, and an 18.
So we'll say just as you enter in, just like unused to the mist, after a while, we'll just have a quick like
I got too used to having anti around.
Yeah, got too used to having anti around, and you can see she very vocally just laughs, just like, you do need to breathe after all, I suppose.
Yes, it's been a minute. Give me a second.
You'll get adjusted, I'm sure. And
It's good.
it's good. As you continue to move forward, it doesn't take too long. It takes roughly, we'll say, 10 minutes of walking as you reach this area of civilization that is just as ruined as the rest of Dashek, but seemingly was at least a little bit further removed, at least from where the trees protected barrier was. And as you kind of walk forward, you'll step up a few steps with Lark guiding you, and sort of you'll see her sort of sit herself down and dip her feet into a pool of water ahead of you, beckons you to do the same.
Yeah, he'll toe off his shoes and socks and start to wade into the water with her.
You know, a long time ago, people worshipped this moon well. It was the center of their spiritual energy. They thought that if they just simply worshipped the moon, everything would be taken care of for them. And for a while it was. But when the mist came, they stopped, believing that the moon had cursed them for all sorts of reasons. Which is not exactly true. They just... well, a stronger outside force managed to find its way. So here it stays. Unattended and uncared for. You kind of see, like looking down at your feet, you can see that like the water as it sort of splashes against your ankles just shines a bit. Almost like lunar light is reflecting off of it despite the moon not being able to reach here. You know, the heart of the forest has been dying ever since the Mist came. But
Well, it is difficult to contend with the mist. It is all-consuming.
indeed, my biggest wish is to see it free. I suppose the only way to do that is to get rid of the hold that Namiota has on the forest. So I welcome your assistance, brave wanderers.
Well, that was the plan. Slaying monsters is our realm of particular expertise. Though we have a lingering suspicion that Namiota is not all that it appears to be.
Hmm?
Does the name Venus mean anything to you?
It does. The guardian of Dashek.
You know them. Or of them, at least.
Of them.
We are beginning to suspect Venus and Namiota might be one and the same.
Cruel twist of fate that would be. Something that wanted so dearly to protect. Now destroying.
Oh. Perhaps there's something of Venus left in there.
We can only hope. I know Marion wants very much to see her again.
I hope that is possible.
And as you kind of sit here, sort of let your feet go through the water a bit, that pressure in your head fades a bit. Feel Mother backing off, realizing that there's no threat here. Or going quiet and letting you be alone. That is all.
That's
Wanted you
it?
Yes. I simply wanted you to be aware the heart of the moon well, and of how nature needs to take it back.
Could have just given me directions.
I offered to give you directions, but you wanted to come with me personally.
You are a very intriguing person, Miss Locke.
When you say the name, it just feels wrong. But she chuckles and says, well, I ought to be. Besides, we all want the same things. You can see the pools of whiteness that make up her eyes. There's like the slightest bit of like a shape forming inside of it, that of almost what seems to be a snake eye that fades away as she backs off. Shall I guide you back home?
Yes, please. I don't think I'd be able to make it back on my own.
Glad that I'm here. She'll take your hand, walk you back, get you back downstairs, release the spell on the guards, have them wake up as you guys walk further along, ease you back to the cavern that you were resting in before. Just says, I hope you have a pleasant rest of your sleep.
It's been a most interesting dream thus far.
It's not a dream.
Interesting. Well. A delightful midnight excursion, then.
She'll just kind of curtsy to you for disappearing.
He'll kind of make his way back into Quinn's abode and sit, like, sort of propped up against one of the walls and just kind of staring, like, to the opposite wall, just trying to process what the hell all of that just was. And I imagine all the while that name is just repeating in his mind. Like it's like when you're trying, something's just on the tip of your tongue and just can't recall.
All right. With that, we'll go ahead and end session here for tonight.
Oh man, oh my goodness.
Oh,
Hee
hee.
The hee
Get the Chekhov's gun. This is a Chekhov's armory for SK.
Yes.
Plot points. Plot points.
Thank you all so much for playing. I hope you all had a lovely time.
Always.
Oh yeah.
And with that, we'll, as I said, we'll be ending here. Hoping to play it in roughly 2 weeks. We'll see how that ends up working out. But
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will continue this lovely little adventure and hopefully get into some more interesting and intriguing scenarios in the next session. So with that, thank you all so much for watching, and bye.
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 Bye.